Hello, my name is Rachel Richenbach, and I'm a case manager at Veterans Affairs Canada. So Veterans' mandate is to support the well-being of veterans and their families. We fulfill that mandate through the delivery of programs such as disability benefits, financial benefits, rehabilitation, pension advocacy, training, and supports. Veterans are anyone who has served as a member of the Canadian Armed Forces and releases with an honorable discharge and has successfully underwent basic training. Next slide, please. You can reach us in many different ways. There are 38 Veterans Affairs offices. We are located in 32 different transition centers. You also can access services through Service Canada, as well as we have 20 operational stress injury clinics across the country. Next slide, please. Well, there isn't time to talk about the more than 30 services and benefits and how to apply for each one. It's important to know that what benefits and services are in place so that they can, that they support veterans and their well-being, to support families, ensure financial security, facilitate access to healthcare, promote mental health, support rehabilitation. Next slide. So the focus today is going to be on the services and programs which will be of most interest to you, but if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to VAC in person, either by telephone or through secure messaging on my VAC account. I will tell you later how to contact us later in the presentation. Next slide. So this graphic demonstrates the continuum of care to meet veterans' need at each level. The care and services provided evolve based on the veteran's need and complexity levels. As you can see on the far left of the graphic are veterans who are mainly self-serve. This is the majority of our veterans, and their needs are generally met through contact with our National Client Contact Center, our call center, or through my VAC account. In the middle, you see the veterans that have more moderate needs, who require assistance navigating VAC systems and processes. These veterans receive guided support from a veteran service agent who establishes a one-on-one relationship with them as their primary point of contact with VAC. And the VSAs analyze their needs, coordinate services, and help them navigate the system to ensure their needs are being met. Those on the far right are veterans with the most complex needs are served through case management services and may benefit from rehabilitation services. Case managers manage more complex veterans. In partnership with veterans and their families, they analyze their needs, determine objectives, develop a plan, put a plan in place, and closely monitors progress and success in reaching their goals. As you can see, the continuum is designed for people to move through different parts of the continuum through as their complexity changes. Next slide, please. Our main benefits that people are aware of are what we call disability benefits. So there's pain and suffering compensation. So this is a monthly amount that people receive that recognizes a service-related injury or illness. You can also receive a lump sum if you do not want to receive the monthly amount. The next benefit is additional pain and suffering. This is a non-economic benefit, which means it's non-taxable. To recognize severe and permanent service-related impairments, there are 3 grade levels, and it's paid monthly for life. The last benefit is our income replacement benefit. This is paid to people who are approved on our rehabilitation program and who have barriers to reestablishment due to physical or mental health problems, which are resulting primarily for service. The income replacement benefit is equal to 90% of the veteran's pre-release salary, and it's indexed annually. Know that while receiving income replacement benefit, people are allowed to earn up to $20,000 before it becomes a dollar for dollar income offset, and there's survivor benefits that are paid out upon the death of the veteran who are receiving income replacement benefit. Next slide. There are a number of programs and services which may be important to veterans as they transition through VAC. So there's the rehabilitation program, and as I already mentioned, programs participate in comprehensive professional assessments, determine the potential improvement on medical, psychosocial, vocational needs to be addressed in the rehabilitation plan. We have career transition services available to veterans to help them develop skills and tools needed to effectively search, apply, or obtain civilian employment. We have priority hiring program that allows access to federal government job opportunities. We have education and training benefit that if you have 6 years of service, it's $42,000, or if you have 12 years of service, it's up to $84,000 for funding for post-secondary education, so work towards a degree or diploma. There's a Hire a Veteran program, which is a partnership between Canadian corporations and businesses to help match veterans. There's the Veterans Independence Program, which you may know as our housekeeping and groundskeeping grant program. There's also other things available as part of that program as needed. And then there's our healthcare programs, which I'll talk about on the next slide, please. So healthcare programs, you have access to programs of choice based on your injuries or illness. So for anything for which you have that official recognition from VAC, or what we call pain and suffering compensation, you have access to treatment benefits in order to meet the needs of those conditions. So for example, if you have a knee injury, you may be accessing physio and massage therapy. You may need a knee brace or orthotics. You may need special equipment such as a bath chair or grab bar in your shower. As long as it's related to the condition for which you're approved for pain and suffering compensation, you have access under the programs of care. Next slide, please. There's also a lot of mental health support. We have an OSI clinic network across the country that we can refer veterans to in order to receive specific treatment and assessments related to occupational stress injuries. There's a family peer support program as well as a veteran peer support program called OSIS. We have mental health providers that can provide direct service for anyone who has that pain and suffering compensation for a mental health condition. There's also the VAC assistance service, which any veteran can call or family member 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You do not need to have a diagnosis in order to call that, as well as we have 2 mobile apps called PTSD Coach Canada and OSI Connect. Next slide, please. We also know that the transitioning from the military is also important to the family, and we need to identify family needs. So there's access to the public service healthcare plan through our rehabilitation program if you do not have access through D&D. Spouses may participate in vocational assistance program if the veteran is unable to do so. Families can also access mental health support if required through OSIS or our VAC assistance line, or through mental health providers related to the veterans' pain and suffering compensation, as well as there are some programs through the Military Family Resource Center, the Family Information Line, familyforce.ca. And we also have a financial benefit called the Caregiver Recognition Benefit to acknowledge the unpaid caregivers for people with high needs. Next slide, please. This is just a graphic on my VAC account. So it's our online system. You can upload applications. You can send secure messages to VAC staff. You can view your financial benefits statement. You can track your applications. You can change any of your address or direct deposit information. It's a great system. Please sign up. Next slide. Lastly, we have our MyVAC book and the Benefits Navigator, in which you can access through the veteransaffairs.gc.ca website, or you can give us a call at 1-866-522-2122 with any questions or concerns, or as I already mentioned, you can send a message through my VAC account. So thank you very much for your time. That will be all for today.